50. That's off. He has again. One on. Yeah, nice.
Fine, you know.
I'm backward. Nice, I'm third. Nice
I'll go
speed.
again.
I'm
0, 0, 0, 0.
one backward. He's on now.
15. Mid.
I'll wait for his start.
I'm third.
He has. You. Nice.
Second.
One on.
Back
I'll be
close.
with you. I'll wait for his start.
Yeah, you go first. I'm with
Just
you.
bumping the pad. He's on.
I got it. I'll go again.
I'm back.
I'll finish this note.
He's there. That's off. Time. Nice. He's there.
And I'll
I'm
go.
back. I got it.
Save.
He's on. I'll go first. He's over me. You.
And take your time.
Nice. I'm backward.
I'm bumped out. It's gotta be.
Yeah. I got it.
Got my mid.
Run around him. I got it.
100 back.
That's all.
Could find your own.
One on. Nice. I'm third. Nice.
Two.
I'll go.
Yeah, shot.
Beating him.
Like that. Pump
I
two.
got it. I missed.
Okay. Got me
Free
right.
ball.
Back
He's
up.
on. Nice back. I'm
I'll
good.
go. I'll go again.
Took back right. I'm
Speed.
with
Keep
you.
letting him.
I got.
Free ball.
Yeah, I got so.
Third. Getting pads.
Just over him. That's off.
E.
Miss you.
Yeah, gotta wait for.
Mid left. I'll be third.
I'll get one high. Awkward
He's
for
there.
He has no
I'll go.
left.
I got bump. That's off.
Turn.
I'll
I
keep.
got it.
Yeah, you.
D. I'll force. He's just gonna bang. Try to kill him.
I'll be third. I'll be third. Nice. I'll go.
Back left. One third. Find you push.
Over him.
I'll be second.
I'll be. I'm third.
Yeah. 50. Nice bad. Just you.
He's.
Yep, that.
Nice.
Third. Come back left. Pull behind you, Christian.
It's good me. One on.
Go, Christian.
I'll try. He beat. That's all. Nice. One on.
Yeah. 50. Still. Getting
I'll
out.
go first. I'm 12. Off ground. That's
Here,
all.
here. Come back left.
Top.
Pull behind your man.
I took the top left. I'll be third.
Clear touch. Good shot. I'm on him. Grab him.
I got.
Bump third. I'll be cross for you.
He
Right side,
me.
Ramen.
He's on again. Nice. I'll cut. He's good.
Hitting corner.
And now it's a bit of setup here for Sweetness. Pops it down over the defender. Bomber Wild not going to find that angle. Going to find themselves demoed by Ramen instead. That's a tough one to have to deal with, especially when you are so close to greatness there. But it's another setup exists. Not going to be able to find that one as Ramen pops it up high. But there's a demo onto Christian. Only 2 Saints left on the defense. Ramen finds that clear. Christian's going to be back in the game. The setup towards the middle. Spoods just a little too low to follow up on that one. We're 3 minutes into this game, Amanda. We've got a straight up deadlock. Donuts from both sides, and it feels like we haven't been in here for 3 minutes. There's been so much back and forth, yet somehow, some way, nobody has managed to cross that goal line.
Yeah, Sweetness trying their best to keep this ball out of the blue zone. Looks like Ramen is going to try to go for a goal here. Going to go, and he's going to score. That is a big goal for Ramen. First goal of the game, of the series for Saints. And like I said, first goal typically means good things.
3 minutes and 38 seconds of that ball being in play before a goal was finally found. And the Saints are the one to break that 0-0 scoreline. PNW, though, we've seen them have these offensive chances once they make it past that half. Gonna have to see what they can cook up here in this last minute 15. Saints, at this point, yeah, you're fine with your 1-goal lead, but you're looking for number 2 to really seal the deal. Spoods, nice little floater from mid there, just no defender fast enough onto that ball. You see Bomber Wild tries to come in there, but Spoods saw the gap, and boy, did he take it.
Yeah, beautiful second goal by the Saints here. Looks like we are starting off hot right in the middle of the action here. Sweetness trying to go for that ball. Spoods trying to score, but looks like Christian's going to be the one to get that goal.
Spoods tries to make that double touch off the backboard. Doesn't work out for himself, but there's always a second player there from the Saints. If we've learned anything from all of these Rocket League games we've had on here, it's that the Saints always got a teammate to follow up there. 3-0 now in 30 seconds, by the way. This was a deadlock until a minute 30, and now Saints found their openings exactly where they needed. And if I'm not mistaken, that was 1 for 1 for 1. Each of the Saints grabbing a goal there. There's a demo to come through from Ramen in their zone. That's going to shut down this offense just a little bit, but a demo right back exists. Tries to make that shot, and Ramen's got a wide open net. PNW has to make that aggressive play. Keep in mind, they almost have to make that triple commit at this point. 30 seconds left in the game, and you're down 3 goals. You got to start making risky plays. You got to put it all on the line. But that's just going to leave Ramen a wide open net to clear that one over the middle.
Absolutely. Love seeing a wide open net sometimes. Those goals are satisfying. Maybe not as satisfying as the ones where it's just a right in the corner kind of goal.
Those are my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Any time you see a goal that just barely weaves past a defender, it's so exciting in my opinion. Christian has to try and shut down some of this pressure. The Saints looking for a shutout here in game 1. PNW really going to have to make their adjustments coming into this next game, and it's mainly just going to come down to, like, I don't even know really what fell apart there for them. It was 0-0 for so long. Saints found 1, and the momentum did not stop. It was 1 for each there. Ramen ended up with 2 after the fact, after that wide open goal down the middle. But you see 11 shots to come through for the Saints, 4 for PNW. Not much they were able to do, as the Saints really had their number after that first 3 minutes. I don't know how else to say it. They found 1 goal and just kept it going.
Yes, for sure. Saints, like you said, took a while to get into the first game, but maybe they're a little bit warmed up, know how to go against this team here. We might see a little bit of a faster, maybe we'll see more goals earlier.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting. We talk about, I talk about it all the time. First game being that adjustment game, that feeling out your opponent, right? You can do as much VOD review as you want, but Christian is going to find one in the first 20 seconds there. 1-0. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You've spent all last game figuring out how your opponents like to play. Now you get to put it into action.
Talk about goals that are threaded right into the corner, like we were talking about earlier. That is one of them. Absolutely beautiful goal there. Looks like Spoods is going to try to go for one of his own.
What?
Oh my god! How did the ball go through his opponent?
What? Or some like pinch with the ground? I'm not. This is a little too Rocket League for me. Right.
Oh my gosh.
Bomber. It just barely weaves by him, and that little pinch on the ground sends that ball rocketing towards the net. Spoods flexing a little bit of the mechanics there, not gonna lie, but
absolutely.
I mean, we haven't seen shots like that in a long time here from Spoods. We know Spoods likes to make those solo plays, but recently these Saints have been so good at playing the 1-2-3 game, the pass back and forth, the setup on that backboard, that we kind of forget that, Spoods can pull off stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Spoods, Spoods is trying his best to get another one of those goals. Looks like Christian is going to be helping out as well. They're doing a triple commit right now, which is interesting. I know the Saints typically like to go for a double and leave one behind, but sometimes, when they're feeling confident, they do go for that triple.
Yeah, you see the triple there, but you also see both Ramen and Spoods starting that rotate fairly early. Like, yes, they are triple committing, but only for a few seconds. You always have, once somebody runs out of boost, you do see that rotation going back, but like you said, a triple commit, still a triple commit. We saw what happened when PNW had that triple commit last game. It just left Ramen with a nice floater over the middle. Can't be doing that if you're the Saints, especially if you're up 2, but make it up 3. Ramen finds 1 now, and the Saints, they're just looking to fight their way through this bracket. Not even fight, they're looking to absolutely claw their way through this bracket and leave nothing behind.
Absolutely. Ramen just barely touching that ball in that last goal, just right off of his side, and the angle went straight into the net. Again, great show of mechanics. Another great goal by Ramen.
Immediate off the setup there. Christian knocks it straight down off the ceiling there, and look at Ramen. One day we got to do a listening onto these comms. I want to see like the thought process going through of all right, I'm set up to the left, or whatever they do, but it's just the coordination right now on point between Ramen and Christian, and Spoods as well. Keep in mind, Spoods hitting that double demo to start off. Exist, kind of the only one left in the back there, but Bomber Wild, that's a good clear to give your team some time.
Yeah, looks like Ramen gonna try to bring this ball over to the blue side here. Christian helping out. Gonna hit the back wall, but kind of still up in the air now. Spoods bringing it over towards the net. Oh, another goal here, this time by Christian. I think everybody has gotten a goal in this game.
Yeah, I think it's two for Christian, 2 for Ramen, and then Spoods found that one as well off of that insane little pinch there. But now, 5-0. This is a questionable one for PNU. Not that it's not doable, but you're halfway through the game, and the Saints have yet to stop this pressure. Meanwhile, PNU hasn't even been able to find one back. Saints looking for a double shutout up against this team here in the best of 3. You're already up 1 game. You've almost secured this second game at this point. I mean, realistically, 5 goals is a big hill to climb there. It's a mountain to try and climb for PNW, and you got to make something happen in this next 30 seconds, or else 5 goals might just be a little too far off.
Absolutely, 5 goals in 2 minutes. Not impossible, but extremely difficult. You know, that's less than 30 seconds per goal, which, again, just absolutely, just extremely difficult.
Yeah, like, it's definitely possible. I mean, we saw Saints grab 3 goals in 30 seconds last game. However, you need everyone to be on the same page, everyone to be playing at absolutely 110%, and PNW right now still just being slowed down by the Saints. Every time there's some setup like that, it's just not going to hit the mark, and whether it be Spoods, whether it be Christian, is just able to make that clear. And then, of course, you've got Ramen playing that defense, finding those demos. You've got Spoods finding double demos in the opponent's crease there. And then you've got one defender from PNW just dazed as his teammates fall around him and has to try and shut down this 3-man setup from the Saints. There's a good save from Sweetness, but still, this pressure is not what PNW needs right now. 1 minute remaining, and the game might be all but lost.
Yes, this is, like you said before, not impossible, but extremely, extremely unlikely at this point, unless PNW can start getting some goals. And that's not the way you want to start it off. Ramen getting a demo onto Bomber. Ooh, very, very close. Hit the backboard there.
Yeah, it looked like a good angle as well, but it's just a little high, and that second touch not going to come through as Ramen, good for that little tip out of the way. Finds it with the corner. Now, Saints just get to play time. Yeah, we might see them get a little aggressive in these last seconds. They like to be fancy when they know they've secured the game sometimes, but 15 seconds, 5-0 on the scoreline. PNW most likely heading their way to the loser's bracket pretty well, just waiting out the timer at this point.
Yeah, we're going to see the ball just waiting to touch the ground, and Exist going to try to get that final goal. But it looks like it's too little too late. That ball is...
They're just having fun now.
Maybe going to touch the ground?
Christian bumps Spoods out of the way. Sweetness still trying to keep this in play. Maybe try to find one for redemption.
Oh.
But it's a save from, I think that was Spoods in that last second. That's going to be another 2-0 on the board for the Saints as they keep moving on in this winner's bracket. PNW Esports headed down to losers, and 2 shutouts to come through as well. You've Maine found one in that first game. I think one at the end of the second game as well, but Saints, they let that rally go at the end, but they're not letting it happen. Not when you can find a double shutout. That's one that really makes you feel good moving into the rest of this bracket. So now 2-0 on the day. We're going to have to see what the Saints can do in this third round of winners. That one should be coming through anywhere from 12:45 to 1 p.m. You're going to see the break screen update once we get our opponents. It's already 1:07 actually, so we're going to have to see when this comes through. But nonetheless, headed to a quick little break, and we will be back with winners round 3.